Hello, everybody. It's me, Albatross. Hope everyone is doing well today. Lots going on. Oh my God, so much. So we got the LAPD refusing to even acknowledge or have David, not even as a suspect. They won't even list him as a person of interest. Okay, that's weird. I guess they're waiting for this toxicology report that could actually take months or another month at least. I mean, what? Huh. And they're trying to gaslight us into thinking that, like, this is, like, normal for the cops. Like, this is normal. Like I said before, like, I could have a dead body in my trunk. I could kill someone and get away with it as long as the body was decomposed enough that they couldn't tell how that person died. Even though it was in my trunk, and even if, like, the most suspicious thing of all, let's say I had romantic relationships with the body in the trunk. I mean, obviously before death. And there was evidence of that online and stuff like that. Like, they're literally trying to gaslight us into thinking that I wouldn't be arrested until the toxicology came back. Well, that would be great, because if I was a murderer, that would be great news for me. That means, I would just pack up my bags and go to Mexico or whatever. I mean, unless they took David's passport. And if they did, that would mean he was a person of interest. Right? I mean, they can't just take your passport without, for no reason. You know what I mean? Of course, I don't know. Maybe they can. Maybe he is secretly a person of interest, and that's just something they haven't announced yet. Hopefully, but I doubt it. Now, like I said before, I think I said when all this first came out that it was weird how it was in his trunk and everything, but looking at it in hindsight, though, it didn't matter that she was in his trunk. Maybe he knew that. Maybe he knew that the LAPD wouldn't arrest him. How would he know that? I don't know. Maybe they were involved. Allegedly. But it is just strange. It's like, you wouldn't think someone that stupid would have a body in their own car when they've got their own driveway parked in the street. You wouldn't think. Which is why I at first thought, well, maybe he's being set up or something. But I don't know. They don't have any person of interest that I've heard yet. If they do, they haven't said them publicly. And not just that, David's acting suspicious. Him and his manager are acting suspicious. They both, like, moved out of that house after it was searched. Like, why? If you're so innocent, why? Why move out your whole house and life simply, especially if you had nothing to do with it, simply because the police came and looked? So there's just so much weirdness around all of this. And usually when there's all this, like, weirdness and gaslighting and stuff, it's usually, like, intentional. It's usually intentional. But, and like I said, I know that there's a lot about this case that you can't, like, just assume stuff or whatever. However, there are, though, a few facts about this case that have remained consistent. A, the body was found in David's car. David's car. Okay, David's Tesla. Found in his car. His car. That's one fact. Another fact is that these two have been recorded together, live streaming together, so they knew each other. We cannot honestly say that she is not connected to him in any way whatsoever. That's just simply not true. I know there's a lot of speculation and all this other stuff, but there's actual video of them together, live streaming together. Plus, her parents have said that she was dating David. Oh yeah, and that's another thing. This whole campaign to defame Celeste's parents. It's wild. It is wild. It's like you truly know that we're living in some kind of deep state matrix. When they're sitting there trying to make this little girl's parents look like bad guys. And I don't give a shit what was going on at her home. She was not found in their car. So, I don't even know why we're talking about them at this point. At this point. But they don't mind feeling sorry for David's parents. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't think anyone should be swatted. That's actually a very dangerous prank to play on somebody. Very dangerous. You could get someone killed. So, no, I don't condone that. But it's just interesting that, like, all this stuff you hear about Celeste's family, you don't hear anything about David's family. Nothing. We haven't heard nothing. Or, for that matter, we haven't heard nothing about David. And all this weird stuff. All this weird stuff pointing, circumstantial stuff that's pointing to him. Like, the cops haven't even said if they've questioned him. They haven't even said that much. I mean, they can't even confirm if he's cooperating. Which, I don't know. It either tells me he's not cooperating or they haven't even tried to get him to cooperate. So, I mean, there's that. In my opinion. That's all my opinion and speculation. But, and I'm going to say something, and this is purely speculation. This is just purely a feeling I have. I feel like that this is much bigger than David. Like, if it was simply about David. I mean, think about something. If it was just about David, I mean, he's relatively new. I mean, Interscope could axe him without even missing a beat. They've got so many famous artists. Which I don't know, they may have recently. But even so, like I said, if this was just simply David, why does it seem like the LAPD has a vested interest in not naming him as a person of interest? Like, how could you not name him as a person of interest? She was in his car. In his car. So, yeah, it's very confusing. And then you've got all this stuff coming out about her family. It's like, okay, this is my opinion. I think someone messed up. I think someone, maybe someone who worked for David or worked with Interscope or maybe even the LAPD, allegedly, was supposed to go and get rid of that. But they either waited too long, couldn't get to it in time. Maybe they couldn't find the key. Who knows? I don't know. I don't know how these Teslas work. Either way, they waited too long. And now, everyone, including the LAPD, is just playing cover-up at this point. That's what it feels like. I'm not saying that's what it is, because obviously I don't know. I know just as much as everyone else. I'm just saying that seems to be the closest thing that makes sense to me. Like, I'm trying to make sense of it, just like you all are. And usually, like, I mean, like, I can, like, spot their games right away, but this feels like it's, like, too much, okay? And it kind of leads me to this point. And it doesn't really matter why they're lying. I mean, at some point it will matter, but right now it doesn't matter why they're lying. The point is they are lying. They are. They're trying to make us believe this is normal. We know it's not. We know this isn't normal. This was just any normal investigation. He would at the very least be a person of interest. I mean, like, for God's sake, this was his car. And then the police come out and they say, well, many people could have had access to the car. She could have overdosed. Why is the police saying that? Well, if you're going to speculate that she could have overdosed, why can't you speculate she could have been killed? Like, I mean, what is going on? Where did you get that from? It's just so freaking much. So freaking much. This is weird. This seems like deep state. See, I don't know, but this is weird. Feel like I said, someone messed up, and at this point, others are just trying to, like, clean it up. That's what it feels like. But I'm going to stay on top of this. Because, yeah, this is wild. Like, this is wild. And if he was set up, well, like I said, still, someone seems like they messed up. Someone messed up bad. Because if he was set up, the police aren't going for it. You know what I mean? This would be the perfect opportunity to at least, like, question him or something. I don't know. Maybe they have, and I haven't heard it, but I don't know. The police refused to admit that he was cooperating, so I don't know. I guess we're all just waiting on that toxicology report. In the meantime, you know, whoever did do it will have plenty of time to you know, leave the country. Isn't that nice of the police? That's awful nice of them. To the criminals, that is. Not to the victim or her family. No, they haven't been anything but nice to them. And I've heard a lot of people say that, well, the police aren't telling the family anything. So obviously, there must be suspects. No, that's not true. The police don't tell anybody anything about their investigations. Why would they? Even if they don't suspect you. They're not just going to say, oh, hey, by the way, we're looking into this suspect. Well, this is going on. And what else, guys? What else? No! They don't do that. They don't tell people anything. They don't have to tell people anything. Like, for real? For real. No, they don't have to, and they don't. But anyways, yeah, that's all I got to say about this for right now. I'll probably be back later, because P. Diddy's supposed to be sentenced today. And, I don't know, some people say that the judge seems mad, is going to do so and so. You know, I don't know. I don't know what to think. Honestly, I don't think we should be fooled by anybody, including judges. I think a lot of judges, I'm not talking about this judge in particular, but a lot of judges have shown their biasness, their inability to think fairly. So, that was even before this last year. I mean, judges are like, don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. If they got a vested interest in him not going to jail, he won't. If they got a vested interest in him going to jail, he will. So that's the way I see it. I don't care how he acts. Like, you don't know what he's going to sentence until he does today. So, I mean, I hope he does. I mean, I hope he does give Diddy what he deserves. I really do. But, I mean, I don't know if he's, like, part of the deep state or if he owes the deep state something and the deep state wants Diddy out, Diddy's going to get out. And instead of just constantly being surprised or hurt by all this, I think more people just need to speak up more. Everyone needs to have their own YouTube channel out here talking about how crazy this all is. How ridiculous this all is. How our government is just like abandoned us. Again. Anyways, I'll be back.